Good evening. Show live here in we're Charlie Pinson along with Coach Kelly Wells. And Kelly, busy last 2 weeks, really been good.
It has been. 3 out of the 4 games have been on the road against a ranked team and a receiving votes team. And the one home game we took care of business as well. So a good 4-0 segment in this rating period, and really couldn't ask for anything less. And one of the things we talk about to the guys is going 1-0 every single week. So we went 1-0 for 4 straight games, and that's progress. I think the guys are starting to figure it out a little bit and playing together much better.
Well, I like the intensity you've had. Your defensive intensity has been better, I think, in the last couple of weeks, and you've really been going to the boards well.
Well, we have, and we've been really getting good balance to play, too. One night it's somebody, and the next night it's somebody else, and that's good balance for us. And we've got to play inside out, which we're doing better at. But I think the balance of our defense and our offensive production has really been the turnkey for us. And the guys have done a good job preparing. They've been listening to the scouting reports and understanding who they're guarding, and that's been it's irreplaceable. The guys have just really given themselves chances to be on a championship level.
You know, and Javian De La Cruz got his 1,000th point here at UPike, so big shout out to him.
It really is. For a kid to do that in less than 2 years, I mean, that's a significant accomplishment, and credit to his teammates for having belief in him and trust in him. And he's a bucket getter. Like, he puts it in. Like, he puts it in the hole. And the thing I've been most proud of him is his team play, and his defense here in the last probably 3.5 weeks has been much better. And that's going to make him more of a complete player. And that's going to help our team better, and it's going to help us grow. But what a great accomplishment to get that 1,000th point, with 4 games still left in your regular season after 2 years. So that's a great feat.
It is, and we talk about the inside-out game, and it's been evident that that's true because 3 out of the last 4 ball games, your inside presence has been your leading scorer and leading rebounder. So, got a couple games. Luke Lehue had a really good 2 games in a row, and then Darrell Dominic had a really good week last week.
Yeah, and that's good for us. That gives us opportunity to spread the wealth a little bit, and those are when our team's got a chance to be really good. And we've been really intentional of trying to get the ball on the interior a little bit, and when you do that, that creates some opportunities for your outside guys too. And there's a guy that's designated to Jay all the time. They never leave his footprint. So, like, we're really playing 4-on-4 a lot of times when Jay doesn't have the ball. So it gives us opportunities to kind of share it. Jazz Parker's been shooting it much better. Chase Parsley's been on fire here as of late. Gio has been playing great too on the wing. So, and Xavier obviously has always been shooting it well. So that really spreads the defense and gives him opportunities to play 1-on-1. And then when they do double, we find the open man, and we've been able to make those shots.
And you've been able to get some really good looks on the inside off of that passing. I think your big guys have really started to pass the ball much better. When they collapse down inside, they've been kicking it out to the open guy on the wings.
Yeah, and we've been intentional on that. We've been really practicing the fact that, like, they have to be willing passers just like our wings have to be willing passers to throw it into them. And that's when it's really good. When they make that extra pass, and we call them one-mores, and they get it to the next person who's open for a better team shot, that's when we're playing at our best. And that's the goal. We want to get our team's best shot every single possession down, and not necessarily what one player thinks is our best shot, but actually our team's best shot.
Well, you look down at the box scores every week. The assist numbers have been good. They've been 10, 15 plus every week, and that's something you want to see every night out there. And, and they're not all come from the same guy.
Yeah, and we want to keep that number as about 10, 11 on our turnovers, and that gives us a chance to get to the 2-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio. We don't always get to it, but, we're getting 16 to 22 assists a night and, 9 to 11 turnovers. So that's a pretty good range for us. And, obviously the less turnovers we have, the more assists we have, the better chance we have to win that ball game. So I'm proud of them. They're really as connected as a team as we've had in a long time. They care about each other. They root for each other, just like the other night when Luke wasn't playing well. Javian got in foul trouble. X got in foul trouble. We had to put them on the bench at Cumberland, Tennessee, and there was no bigger fan for the guys that came in there as their replacements and cheering them on and trying to help them get through that. So, like, Stanley Perrin gave us some great minutes there. Darrell was unbelievable, and Jazz Parker was super good. So, like, those are the nights that you really feel like you got a great team effort.
Well, you had 32-plus points from the bench that night, so you can't ask for much more than that.
Yeah, I think it was 32-7 off for bench points, and that's great for us. Like, we know we've got an 8-deep team that can play, and certainly when we get contributions from all of them, it just makes us stronger, more confident, and we rely on our preparation. We work hard. Like, the guys have earned those minutes, they've earned that opportunity. They should see the ball go through the hoop because they work at it.
Well, and we watched them grow. Finally we saw Luke Lehue step into his own in the post. Then, like last week, we saw the threes coming out from the outside from Jazz, and now Darrell stepping up. So those 3 have really made strides this season.
Yeah, and it really fits into what our motto is all season long. Sometimes you, sometimes me, but always us. And that's kind of, we've sprinkled it around, the wealth everywhere. But at the end of the day, it's about UPike and us winning. And we try to leave all our personal agendas at the door and only worry about team success. And I really feel like the guys are buying into that right now. And We got 3 more opportunities left to continue to do that. All those are critical games for us. We got 2 home games, 1 road game. So hopefully the guys will respond in the right way, and we'll give ourselves a chance to play for a championship.
Well, you're down, like I say, we're down to 3 games, and number 2, got a solid number 2 here in the conference, and you're only 1 game behind Georgetown. Chance to make that up on the road next week.
Yeah, no question. We've got to take care of business Thursday, and that's the most important game of our season, and that will be a critical game at home versus Shawnee State. We've got a little redemption that we need to take care of there, and then you have the opportunity to go on the road and do something really special and play Georgetown, who's playing tremendous basketball, probably the best basketball they've played all season, and it'll take everything we have to go there and win, but certainly we're up to that challenge. But again, it's time to take care of Shawnee State A1A.
Okay, Coach, we're going to take our first break. We'll come back with some more on the Coach Kelly Wells Show live here at Buffalo Wild Wings. Welcome back to the Coach Kelly Wells Show live here from Buffalo Wild Wings. Here with Javian De La Cruz, a guard/forward, I guess you call it. You play the 1, 2, or the 3, can't you, Jay?
Yeah. I try to just be versatile and just do whatever to help the team, yeah.
Team's been playing really well. You won 4 in a row now, 3 of them on the road, so that's been a pretty good trip for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, man, it's been good for us. We at a good place right now. We playing good basketball at the right time this year, man.
I think the team's sharing the ball about the best I've seen them all season right now.
Yeah, I think so too. I think we getting better at it every game, and we looking good. We looking good right now.
Of course, you've been the recipient of a lot of those. We're going to throw a little video here. You just got your 1,000th point here the other night.
Yeah.
See when they put that up there, if you can tell us a little bit about it, when they put your video up. But 1,000 points in just under 2 years.
Yeah.
Chase to back it in there and get a basket. Nice job.
Yeah, man, that's a good milestone for me. But it just makes it even sweeter that we winning. It makes it much more sweeter. So everything is good right now.
Tell you, you've been really well on the road, which has not been the norm here in the Mid-South Conference. Look like a lot of teams been losing on the road, y'all.
Yeah, man, it's tough on the road in this conference, but we wanted to emphasize that if we're going to be a good team, we have to get some wins on the road, especially in this tough conference that we're in.
I think the assist-to-turnover ratio is pretty good right now. You're in that 10, 12 turnovers a game, and you're in the 16 to 20 assists, and I think that's been a big part of getting you where you're at right now.
Yeah, I agree. Coach always tells us that we got to minimize our mistakes, and and having turnovers on the road that wouldn't help us. So he gives us chances to fix it, but he knows that without no turnovers, we have a great chance to be successful.
You do, and I mean, like I say, everybody's been shooting the ball well. Really, you've kind of gone back to that inside-out game, and it's really given the shooters like yourself some really good opportunities.
Yeah, man, and it's good for our bigs. You know, we get them involved early, get them going early, so we could just try to play inside out, and it's been working for us.
Now, we were talking about that earlier. You know, Luke Leahy's really come on here in the last 3 or 4 weeks and just showing dominance in the paint.
Yeah, he actually carried us one weekend. He had averaged like 25 and 18, so it was good for us. We needed all of it, and I was happy for him.
And then they turned around, they start really sagging in on him. You bring in Big Darrell here last week, and Darrell had his career high.
Yeah, great game. We needed it on the road. We was down most of the game. We needed his energy, and he came through for us.
Well, speaking of energy, you know, you got a lot of players out there giving energy. I've noticed you really getting in there and showing a lot of verbal leadership now.
Yeah, man, it's a transition I had to make. You know, last year I just went from just come in, score, but this year I had to play a role of being a leader and just cheering on my teammates, man. That's what's important.
We've talked about it before, but this team, the chemistry on it is just exceptional right now. I mean, y'all really like each other a lot.
Yeah, I feel like just during the season, all the roller coaster feelings we had, and we actually had to like grind together and just make it happen as one in order for us to get wins.
I know it's you know not can't always be me, but it can be you. Kind of the motto you've got going on.
Yeah, that's the motto that we always have. Sometimes you, sometimes me, but always us.
And I think that's really shown here, especially just like it all clicked here. Probably about 2 weeks ago, it started clicking really well, and y'all been really playing. I guess as far as a team, the best ball of all season.
Yeah, I agree. We have been playing the best basketball, and I feel like it's the perfect timing because around this time, this when you need to be at your best.
Yeah, you got three games left. You got one game at a time. You know, you got to win Thursday and then Saturday and then.
You know, we got Shawnee Thursday, we got Saturday off, and then we go on the road on Georgetown next Thursday. So we got three big games. Well, you know, we take it one game at a time, as Coach tells us, just one game championships, and everything will handle the rest.
I think so. If you just take care of your business, like he says all the time, you know, really what the other team does, as long as we do what we do.
Yeah, as long as we give our best, they always think it's enough, and I think so too. If we give our best, that will be enough.
Well, Jay, appreciate you coming on the show. Congratulations on your 1,000th point.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
That'll wrap it up for this segment. We'll be right back on the Coach Kelly Wells Show live here at Buffalo Wild Wings. And welcome back to the Coach Kelly Wells Show live here at Buffalo Wild Wings. We're here with Darrell Dominic. And Darrell, congratulations, your career high the other night.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Getting that on the road. You know, it looked like Luke Leahy was struggling a little bit inside. They brought you in, and you really pulled the team through.
Yeah, I just everything was falling. I felt good, and I just noticed they kept going for a pump fake. I just kept giving it to them, and everything was falling for me, and I was feeling good in the moment. So
I've noticed that we've started going more inside out here probably in the last 3 weeks and getting that, and that's really helped you and Luke both a lot.
Yeah, well, I've been stressing that for over a year now, so I'm glad they're finally starting to see the bigger picture. But, I mean, inside out is the best way to work, in my opinion. You know, it opens up shots for our guard, especially when you got, I think, Luke Leahy, who was probably the best big in the league. So, you know, you got a good dominant post, and then help comes, kick it out, work inside out, and it's been working for us. So.
It has. I mean, you know, and you got some great shooters on. You got, and everybody's on point right now. You know, Xavier's out there on. You know,
Yes.
get him on the top or on the corner. You go, of course, you always got Jay out there to take a shot
Yes.
whenever you need one. And then now you got a couple other guys stepping up big here.
Got Chase late in the games coming through for us. So
Chase's defense has been awesome.
yes, yeah, it's been better than what I expected, honestly. So he's definitely stepping up in that area as well.
I think Gio's starting to shoot the ball much
Yes.
better from the side, you know, getting everybody. But everybody seems like they're focused and down. And then you got to look out there, and Jazz Parker, been trying to get him to shoot all season long. In the last, 2-3 games, he's really started to take advantage of taking the open looks.
Jazz was on fire Thursday. I couldn't have been more proud of Jazz. And I was telling him, you know, in a couple of timeouts, I'm like, you know, you got to be confident when you shoot. It was a couple open looks that he passed up. So when you catch it, be confident. You work on it every single day. I mean, he even puts in the extra time. Take that shot. Like, you work on it, you should be prepared for it. So
You're right. I mean, you know, he can do both things. He's very quick. He can drive and dish, and that's really nice. But when he can sit up and hit that three, how much does that make it easier on you inside?
it makes it a lot easier on us. I mean, because it just causes so much separation in defense. If you have that present out there, it gives me more room to work. Or if your man comes to help me, now you got that wide open shot that you're confident that you're preparing for. So it makes the offense a whole lot much more better.
I think you're right. When both sides are working, doing their best, then that makes it. It's what do you do? It's hard to guard.
It's hard to guard, yeah.
You shut down the inside. They take the three, and then you run out on the three. Then that gives you and Luke a lot of room to work in the paint.
Mm-hmm. It's like you got to pick your poison. If everything's going right, you got to pick your poison as the defender. So.
You know, of course, Jay got his 1,000th point the other night. Big milestone for him.
I was definitely proud of him for that. That's hard to do that in 2 seasons. So.
The thing I've noticed is, I mean, and I've seen a lot of teams, and a lot of teams have been close, but this team, I mean, when you say family, this team really shows it.
Yeah, well, that's one thing I like about last year. I mean, we were successful, but you wouldn't have been able to tell off the court. I mean, it was just so divided versus this year. I mean, we just love to be together all the time. We enjoy each other's presence. I mean, there's a lot of chemistry out there. It's a real bond. It's like being with your actual brother. And, like, it carries over to the court, and you can start to tell now. Like, we all starting to gel. Everybody love each other. We love playing with one another. So,
you know, when you got into the game, a couple guys were in foul trouble. Luke was in foul trouble. Jay was in foul trouble. When you started scoring, they start cheering from the bench. And how much better does that make you feel to have that love?
Oh, man, it feels good when, you know, the bench is going crazy, man, because you just feed off that energy. You know, especially when you're at an away game and you don't have the crowd there. You know, you always got your brothers on the sideline that's cheering for you and that's making sure that, you know, you're doing what it is that you got to do.
You know, it's always makes it so much better. Like the assist-to-turnover ratio is good, and now you got that confidence in each other. I don't know how to explain it, but like I say, on the road, you're right. You can feed off of that.
Yes, like, I mean, and it's like you said, having confidence in one another. I mean, you know, a lot at the beginning, you know, we didn't agree with each other's games. We didn't know how each other, you know, played at first, but it all came, you know, within time, building that chemistry and having trust within one another to make a certain shot or make a certain play. So.
You know, and I mean, I know you struggled with physically. You got hurt your senior year in high school, and, you know, really just now getting into the physical condition you want to be in.
Yeah, I'm still battling with it. I mean, it's about being mentally tough, and I'm still working on that. You know, the biggest part about it is, you know, just eating the right way, nutrition and all that good stuff. You know, it's hard trying to eat the right way being a college athlete, and you broken. You know, can't eat all the right things you want to eat. Sometimes you got to go with what you can get. So I'm still working on it. I mean, but it's paying off. It's showing a little bit. So
I feel your pain, man. I do. I struggle with the same thing. You know, former athlete now by a long shot. But, I mean, you know, people, it's a struggle. It really is.
It is. But I feel like in the long run, I'll definitely get to where it is that I need to be, and so I could make a bigger impact for the program.
Well, Darrell, we appreciate you coming on to the show, and congratulations on your career high. Hopefully we're going to see a bunch more of those.
I hope so, too. Thank you.
Rel Dominic from the UPike Bears. This is Charlie Pinson. We'll be right back on the Coach Kelly Wells Show. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to the Coach Kelly Wells Show live here at Buffalo Wild Wings. We're back with Coach Wells and Kelly. A good stretch, good run, 4 games in a row, playing really well right now.
I would say probably is the best basketball we've played all season. Now we've had some minutes and some halves, but as far as what a complete game looks like, by far our best segment of the season, no question. And it's correlated into winning, and that makes everything look better. But to win 3 road games in a row is tough.
In this league especially.
Oh, it's very tough.
Kelly, speaking of those road wins, let's look at some of the highlights from this week if they're ready for us. And here we go.
Yeah, I think this is Jay's 1,000th point again here. You get an opportunity to kind of see. We kind of isolate him in the middle of the floor and give him an opportunity to do a little one-on-one action. And normally Jay takes care of business in this situation. And there he goes for his 1,000th point. And we were able to call a timeout and get him that recognition. And here's Cumberland, Tennessee game. We were showcasing Darrell, and, of course, he was the showcase man. He was unbelievable in this game. And here we get him a low isolation in the post, and you're not going to push him out of his position very often, and going to his offhand, his right hand, and puts in a great little play there. And here's Chase Parsley creating here, playing off of 2 feet. And one of the things we've been really, really good at is making that one more pass. And Chase getting into paint, sees his opening right here at the top, and Xavier with a wide open shot. He's going to make that 60% of the time. So that was a great one. Here's Luke getting him isolated here at the UPike gym. And, you know, when he gets it in the post, he's a little bit further out than we like him to be, but he does a little crab dribble, gets himself right back in. And what a great up and under move, and giving him the business a little bit on the inside here. And here we go again. Chase Parsley again. He's had 10 and 8 assists in back-to-back games. Gets an opportunity here to get him a big 3, and that's a separator in the game for us in that one. Here we go with little Stanley Perrin, a little action here in the high post, and Stan really gave us a great lift in this game, and rips it to the rim, goes left-handed, just an awesome move for him. And Stanley's got that capability. We just got to get it out of him just a little bit more. And here's a defense to offense play, and Jazz Parker playing the gaps with his hands being very active, and then the 50-50 ball we go after, and Xavier tracks it down here on the baseline, and after he gets it, he does a great job of getting it ahead. Nice long pass here by Luke to Javante, and of course Jazz is feeling it down here in the corner. He's wanting this ball, and Javante obliges, gets him the ball, and he shoots it with confidence and bangs it home. And that was a huge, huge shot in that game for us. And Jazz ended up closing the deal for us down the stretch with 2 back-to-back threes in that game.
You know, again, we talk about it all season. You know, the development of some of these kids has really come along toward. You know, we had these same discussions earlier in the season. You know, we'll play 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 15 minutes. We ever put 40 minutes together, we'll be in pretty good shape. Yeah. And I thought that we're starting to do that now.
Well, we're doing a lot more of it. We still didn't get off to great starts in any of those road games. We've got to continue to get better at that. But we're sneaking up on the 40 minutes, and you know we want to play our best basketball towards the end of the year. That's one of our goals, and so we're sneaking up on that. So we've got 3 more regular season opportunities, and hopefully we've got 3 more conference games and then 5 more national tournament games. So that's our goal. That's our vision. So hopefully we'll continue to play well. But proud of our team, and you can just tell from behind us, like the guys really like each other and are doing a good job of supporting one another in their play.
And we've noticed that. We've been talking about that in the interviews and everything, and you can just see it kind of really start to come out here as the season. Everything is starting to click together. You know, you look at the stats, you can see that as well. The scoring is spread out more than it was. The rebounds are spread out more, and getting a lot more assists. You know, all the numbers are bearing out that you're playing well.
Yeah, all the things as a coach you want to see on your team. And, you know, you can't always control whether the ball goes in the basket every single night, but we do all the uncontrollable things really well, much better. We're getting the 50-50 balls. We're getting the hustle plays. We're leaning on each other. We're not bickering and arguing. And, you know, it's college basketball. There's no time to be selfish. Like, you have to share it. You have to be willing. And our guys have done that. And I think it's correlated in better play. I know the coaches enjoy coming to practice just a little bit better. The players probably do as well, and just really proud of the success we're currently under.
I really noticed that, like I say, the hustle part has picked up. The defense has picked back up. You're seeing much more intensity. They're out there being willing defenders, as you like to say. And Chase Parsley, I mean, anytime you need a steal, something late in the ball game, he's been able to come up with those a bunch here in the last few weeks.
Well, the above the neck stuff for Chase Parsley is unbelievable. Like, he really knows how to shoot gaps, be in positions that he can help, and like we've had a lot of success having him play a player that's maybe not a great shooter, where he can really help and give those bluffs or those jabs and maybe even go trap sometimes and gamble a little bit and not pay for it and burn us on a three-point shot because he's guarding a non-shooter. So we've utilized him in that fashion quite a bit, and the other guys have been guarding the ball a lot better. We call it guarding your yard, and they've been able to guard the basketball, keep it in front of them, and take tough twos, and then only one of those. So, like, that's what we've continued to try to do defensively.
Of course, got to say 3 games left, 2 of them are at home. You got a tough one coming up Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday against Shawnee State at home. It'll be great doubleheader, men and women. Our women are playing for second place in the league as well, so if they can get that win, that'll move them to second place by themselves. And obviously, we need to take care of business. We dropped a game at their place, the first conference game of the year, so we need to avenge that loss on the road. And I think we'll have a great crowd there, and we hope everybody comes out and joins us. Valentine's special. Come on out and watch us on Valentine's Day.
Then you got Saturday off, so get a chance to get some coach them up for next week.
Then we actually have time to be with our special Valentine's on Saturday, so we're thankful for that opportunity.
That rest runs us out of time. So for Coach Kelly Wells, this is Charlie Pinson. We'll see you next week on the Coach Kelly Wells Show.